Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Sudeva Talks, your weekly update on all the goings on inside Delhi's very own I League club, Sudeva Delhi FC. I am Mr. Siddhantani, and joining me today, as usual, as always, are the co-founders of Sudeva Delhi FC, Mr. Vijay Hakari and Mr. Anuj Gupta. How are you doing, guys?
Great.
Very good.
So, we're late by 5 minutes today, of course, 8 p.m. Saturday, ignoring the goings on in the Indian Premier League and all that, because हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? We're talking about much more important things than T20 cricket. Trials are on in full swing, guys. So, Anuj, I want to come to you first, just for an update on how that's going. Round 2 of the trials, I think, happened today. My little birdies on the ground told me that things are progressing quite nicely.
Yeah. So first, Annie, thanks a lot for hosting the program, and definitely, I would also like to say hi to our beloved friend Arjun Pandit, who I don't know whether he's watching or not, but if he's not watching, then तुझे पता है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ अंदर से. So yeah, the trials have been great. We started the trials from the first round of boys came on the 7th of this month. Then they were quarantined for around 6 days, and then we started with a yo-yo test and some fitness test. And after that, we had for a couple of days we had some matches against our own academy boys and internally. And then it was the second round of boys who came in, and they were quarantined, the same procedure. And then today was the second day of the second round, where yesterday it was the yo-yo test and the fitness test. Today there was an internal match. I think in totality, the first round was slightly, I was disappointed. But the second round, today I was slightly feeling better. Because maybe the players we had called for the second round were had come prepared, so they were in terms of fitness also they were better in terms of their hunger level, and to perform in a limited time frame was also better. So I think we would be able to get a couple of boys from the trials as well.
Since you did bring up, Anuj, the fitness levels that, of course, we know the whole country has been more or less in lockdown since March of this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've all been dealing with that in different ways. And sport, for one, has come to mostly a standstill. But your academy has been, or the residential part of the academy has been functioning throughout. And many of the boys have been in training, or at least in residence, throughout this time period. So one of the updates also that I got from the ground today was that in terms of the fitness levels of the players, the boys who have been in the academy and who've stayed on campus are looking much fitter, much stronger, and much more up for it than some of the trialists, even though the trialists might have more experience. So just tell us a little bit about that, guys. How have you been working on, Vijay? Maybe you can take this. How you've been working on keeping the boys in the academy safe and, of course, fit and ready for action?
See, as everyone knows, when the pandemic and the lockdown hit us, it was a jolt to everyone. Now we made sure that our system keeps running the way it has been. There were a lot of questions in between if the boys would stay back, not stay back, all those things. But we made sure that our system is running, the way it has been. So we continued with training in our bubble. We made sure that the whole facility is quarantined in the right way. The main the credit goes to the people working with us, everyone from the warden to all, from the cleaning people to everyone from the so everybody stayed back, and we were lucky enough that all our staff we have a facility that all our staff stays inside. Mm-hmm. So that has been there from the beginning. So I think that really helped us in terms of quarantining the workers, and we've maintained that. So in terms of the system running and the boys already being in the system, definitely it makes a difference. I believe so. The kind of facility they would have, the systemized, be it eating habits, be it resting habits, be it physiotherapists, everybody has been inside. So definitely makes a difference.
Nice one. So just to carry on from that, and this is for both of you, you can take it one by one. Maybe Anuj, you can start. आप दोनों बहुत hands on हैं जब where it comes to the management of the academy and looking after the players in terms of interacting with the players, getting constant feedback from them in terms of everything from the food they're getting, the nutrition inputs, the training, of course, and other aspects of their overall education, not just the football part of it. So because of the bubble that you've created, and you're trying to, of course, make sure first and foremost that all the players and everyone inside that bubble is safe. तो इसके नतीजे आपका जो टाइम स्पेंट है एकेडमी में, बिकॉज आप लोग अपने अपने घर में रह रहे हैं, वो थोड़ा कर्टेल हो गया है, कम हो गया है, आपके खुद के विजिट्स कम हो गए हैं. तो पर्सनल लेवल पे आप हाउ हैव यू बीन डीलिंग विद दैट?
Well, what we are doing is that we are constantly having video calls, not only with the staff but also with the players, and we are constantly asking the head coach and the physios if there are some players who are feeling demotivated or not inspired at all. So then having personal video sessions with them.
Right.
End of the day, when from the top management, if they are talking to these boys, I think it does make a big difference in their mentality, in their approach. And yes, now, the lockdown is more or less, opening up. So we do go to the academy at least once or twice a week, and we definitely keep ourselves completely distant. But yes, looking at them and they knowing that we are coming, we are as and when required, we are on the video calls with them, making sure that everything is given on time, and they should not feel that there is a pandemic or what the world is going through. So that, I think, that is very important. If you go inside, I'll be very honest, you will not feel that the boys have any scare or any fear from any angle. So that has been our success in the last 6 months.
But yeah, Vijay, you are very much, I've seen you interact with the boys, man, at various levels, whether it's the under 14s or even some of the older boys, the under 18s and stuff. You have a great personal rapport with some of these boys. Aapka connection काफी strong है इन सबके साथ ना?
Of course, yeah.
So how much do you miss them, Vijay?
See, this is there. Like Anuj said, if you walk into Sudheva, right, it's a completely different environment. I don't think so. I hope so. We've tried well enough to actually quarantine them from even the thought that the pandemic exists. The inside, the whole scenario is very different. They're video gaming. They're working out. They've got different sources of entertainment, television, games. So it's a different environment. It's a very happy environment. And of course, when at these times when you go there and you come back, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's like going back to your childhood. When you weren't thinking anything, you were just going and just playing. Just going all out. That's a great goal. Or Anuj and I have tried just simple thing that is there, that whatever we couldn't get for ourselves, we tried to give it to these kids. So, going there and feeling, it does feel great. But now these are the times, so we have to.
And one more thing I would like to say about Vijay, that, he's a fantastic guy when it comes to making sure that the system, whatever both of us decide or whatever he decides, it is implemented and it stays like that. That is very important.
It's the quality.
I mean, मतलब मैं हो सकता हूँ कि थोड़ा मैं इधर-उधर हो जाऊँ, पर ये बंदा नहीं होता है. And that is where I think our bonding really makes a big difference.
But yeah, I think so. Now we've already done about 5-10 minutes of this chat. So let's get to the main subject of the day, which is of course I-League के लिए टीम बन रही है, टीम बना रहे हैं दिल्ली, सुदेवा दिल्ली FC को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए, दिल्ली को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए I-League में. तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा बात करते हैं. पहले विजय आपसे पूछेंगे कि एक तो फोकस है ऑन academy players and them graduating into the senior squad and going on to play in the I-League. So we're all extremely excited about that happening and seeing a lot of new young players who maybe we've seen before in the I-League at the age group levels. So tell us about some of these boys who are being brought into the senior squad, where they're from, what sort of positions they play in, and what we can expect from them.
See, we I think it's been 6.5 years, 7 years that we started, and you can understand that the boys who were around 13, 14 who came to us are still with us, you know, and now these guys have been like I said, it's not that simple. It's 6 years of those guys training with the system, and we kind of and as club owners, we exactly know how the player has been built and the way we wanted it to be built, you know. So that makes a huge difference. Now, when these guys have graduated, of course, we got players like Zoma, Verito, you know, all of them who were from the first batch. And I think that's been our achievement, that we are able to hold on to these guys. And these guys have been able to be loyal to the club for such a long time. And yeah, now it's time that it's their time to perform.
Have you already been sort of fielding off interest from some big clubs, some established clubs for some of your players? Is that already happening?
Anuj, you should take this.
It's better that we don't receive, because I think we believe that it's important for these boys to perform at least at an I-League level. Then at least Vijay and I and the staff who's been part of this system, their efforts would be recognized. Because it is not about how many what demand our players have in the market right now. They have not performed. They have not been seen.
Right.
So, I mean, it's good that there is no demand. Maybe there is. I'm sure there is. But, I mean, this is very important that this year for these players to show some spark in the game would definitely will make us proud, because वो 6 साल का जो मेहनत है कहीं ना कहीं वो दिखेगी.
बढ़िया. ठीक है, तो specifically बताएं यार विजय, because you talked about, of course, generally what is happening. Both of you guys talked about your academy players and all that, but specifically, can you name or tell us about some of these boys specifically who we are likely to see in the senior squad? Of course, there's someone who we've all been watching very, very intently, who's represented India at age group levels. Your amazing striker Shubho Paul. So maybe you can start with Shubho and then maybe get into some of the other players who you're looking to transition from junior to senior. I think Vijay seems to have frozen. Anuj, you want to go ahead and
yeah. So for instance, we have this player Michael. You know, he comes from a district called Kakching in Manipur.
Right.
And he's a very young lad, and we took him 2 years back. And initially, obviously, it was difficult for him to get used to the culture and the system in Sudeva. Maybe because there were less players from Manipur at that time. But now we have good amount of players from Manipur, so he feels at home, outside home. So that has really helped him improve in a very, very fast speed. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to seeing him, how he's able to play. And he plays mid. So he plays more of a center mid to attacking mid.
Right.
So I want to see how he will be able to perform against the bigger clubs. And, you know, and one is Zoma. Zoma has been from day one, you know, since we started Sudeva. He's also a CM. And he comes from Mizoram, but he's been brought up in Delhi for a long time.
Okay.
So, you know, I feel that physically also he's become stronger. Mentality is very good. But let's see how they'll be able to perform at this level. Then, you know, Verito, for us, he's like, you know, he plays right back. He's a very dedicated and hardworking kid. He's also from our first batch. I personally feel that his dedication is much more than his technical abilities.
So hardworking है, मतलब लगा रहता है.
Very hardworking. यार उसको पता है उसकी प्रॉब्लम क्या है, पर वो प्रॉब्लम को छुपाने, वो प्रॉब्लम को भी ट्राई करता है ठीक करने की, बट जो जिस चीज में अच्छा है उसको और अच्छा करता है वो. राइट. So उसका मेंटालिटी वैसे चलता है. He is like he will die on the ground. You know, that mentality, that's what we like about him. He needs to just curb on his anger, which he has reduced quite a bit.
Yeah. And I guess
Then,
with exposure to more first team football at a more senior level, some of those things he will develop over time also, right?
absolutely, absolutely. And then, I mean, Shubho Paul. I mean, he's a 16-year-old kid who's played at a youth level for the country, and he's done well at the youth level. Now he'll be playing wing. I mean, not a striker, I think, but more of a winger.
Hmm.
I and he is someone who was in Calcutta during the lockdown, so he just returned 1 month back.
Okay.
So obviously the lockdown has affected him in a way that football he was not able to touch much. He's grown in size. That's why his fitness levels have gone down. On the other side, Michael, Zoma, Verito, they've been there in the lockdown in the system. So their fitness levels is great. So Shubho I feel he has never seen himself being like that. Okay. So that's like this will be his first comeback, I would say. And he knows that. He's very, very, he's very, very confident. And he's even told me that, Dada, itne goal marega. मेरे को खिलाएगा इतने गोल मारेगा वो बताऊंगा नहीं अभी मैं आज but वो ना तो ये mentality बड़ी पसंद आती है
and क्या कहता है शुभो now that he's back from home after being locked down just in terms of being back in touch with the game and getting a chance to play again regularly and being back with of course the rest of his teammates, his friends in Sudeva, what is his sort of take on that?
Yeah, Vijay, would you like to take that?
Acha, see, now when abhi kya hai ki Shubho, obviously, like you, I think I missed out in between where internet connection problem with. So
we were basically talking, Vijay, about some of the academy boys who you're in terms of specific names of Verito, Michael, Zoma, and of course Shubho. So Anuj was telling us that Shubho ghar gaya tha beech mein, and now he's back. So just how does he feel to be back in the system at the academy and all that, back in touch with football?
See, Shubho, because obviously you know how famous the boy is and the way he's been performing everywhere and everything. So I have seen that see main cheez हमारे पास ये होती है कि when a boy is in the system, when he's growing up, there are a lot of different people have different opinions, different people give different information to these kids, and they sway away from their main aim, how they are supposed to be. With Shubho, I have seen that his determination, in looking in one direction and going with it, in terms of his discipline and in terms of discipline towards the club has been brilliant. As soon as I see when he comes back, his dedication to training and the way he's supposed to follow the system comes in line, and that's brilliant. But I'm seeing him growing up into a more determined fellow than more of a kid. He's very focused.
Great stuff, man.
And and two more players I think that also Vijay can talk about is Sachin and Sibi.
The two goalkeepers. Yeah, the twin towers. So both of these guys, I mean, one is from Kerala, right? And this guy's from Bihar.
Yeah.
Sachin is from Bihar. Like different places, from different areas, we have different guys mingling together. And now these guys have been training. These guys were inside, and they had the option to go back home at the time when things opened up in the pandemic. But these guys decided to stay back, and they've been working really hard, towards and helping each other in training as well. So that's a great thing that we are seeing in all the Sudevans. It's like how they've stuck together in these tough times.
Cool. So questions are coming in, and guys, those who are watching, please keep commenting on the video, sending in your questions so we can take some of those now. First of all, I want to start with, there's a question coming in from I think Rohan Pusalkar, who's asking about the sort of style you announced on episode 1 of Sudeva Talks that Chencho Dorji will be the head coach of the team for the I-League season, the first I-League season. What sort of style of football do you expect to play, Anuj, in the I-League first season? Will it be a high press sort of Marcelo Bielsa style of football, or something else?
I mean, obviously, well, we don't know. I mean, if we can be, even if we can come close to such big managers, but definitely the game plan is high press. The game plan is take the ball back and use the ball, take more touches, make the ball, all the time, grounder. More than having aerial balls, we'll play more possession football, more on the ground. And if we lose the ball, do high press, get the ball back, and then do it again. So it's more of a, I mean, I know I'm taking a very, very, very big name like Barcelona. So when they release the ball, they miss the ball, they get the ball back. So that's the plan. So that's why we're going with a very, very young team. Young team, energetic. Our preseason has to be very, very hard so that, we are able to get a very strong, fit team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, I think. So something that, again, you guys covered when our friend Arjun Pandit was hosting the show last week, which was looking at a 5-year plan. I think, Anuj, you already mentioned that, of course, the eventual goal is to get into the ISL. So I don't think we need to cover that again. But a couple of specific questions are coming in about your team in Spain. Of course, you have a sister club in Spain, CD Olympique de Zativa, where there are some Indian players who are also part of the squad. Can you just give us a quick update on what's happening with those boys? I think there's some, have they signed new contracts? Are they likely to stay there and continue their development there? Or might we see some of them coming in to kind of reinforce your I-League team?
Well, not this year for sure. Players like Kabir Kohli, Kabir Nath, Pulkit, they would be playing for the first team. Along with, there are a couple of players like Shubham, we call him Eto, along with Mehul Verma, plus Vidit, and they'll be playing in 4th division, one level below. And the idea would be that all these players get more and more minutes, so that they're able to take out the fear of making mistakes at that level. And all of them are in the age of 19 and 20. So they're very young, and the level at which they are playing is fantastic. It is top level. So I tell all those boys that you are always welcome to come back to India now, because now we have an I-League club. Definitely we can have a spot for you, but the kind of season you will get there, the kind of training, more than the training, the minutes, the matches, the whole season is 10 months.
Yeah.
Here, we cannot get 10 months. So what you would do that in 1 year, here you might take 2.5 years. So that also is important for them to understand. And I think slowly they're understanding.
Badhiya.
So yeah, I mean, even though they are ready for I-League, but for us, for Vijay and I, it's very important that their development has to be at the best place possible in our hands.
Makes sense, yeah. There are, again, more questions coming in. This time, there's specifically about a couple of players. I don't know if you guys want to talk about specific players or not, but there's a question about Ishan Pandita and another question about Pintu Mahata. Are these players that you have looked at for your I-League team, or do they feature anywhere in your conversations?
No, Pintu Mahata, we have signed him.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah, Pintu Mahata, we have signed. In terms of Ishan Pandita, I mean, I had offered him a 2-year contract in Olympique de Zativa, not in India, but in Spain. But yeah, I mean, they haven't come back yet. And yeah, so yes, Pinto we have signed, and for Ishan, I had offered him in Spain.
Right. There's a lot of chatter about Ishan among Indian football circles. If you've seen him play or if you've seen him train, can you tell us a bit about like how he's developing and what sort of a player he is?
Yeah. So Ishan has been there for I think about 8 to 9 years in Spain. So he did his under the youth levels also in Spain, and for one year or something he got injured. So he was so he lost that period, but then he came back last year and he played for I think Lorca, FC, which is in the Murcia region, and they also play at a Tercera level, 3rd division, and there he even scored goals, which was great from the Indian standpoint. That in an Indian scoring at a 3rd division was great. So he, according to me, he has 2 positions. He's a 6-foot lad, strong lad, fast. He can play in both direction. But I think he was playing more of a winger than a striker. And I think in India, we need strikers. So if I take him, we will use him as a striker. That is very important. From the national team point of view, it is very important for us to have strong, speedy finishers. So yeah, and his mentality is very Spanish now because he's been there for so many years. So I still feel that he should stay in Spain. Going to India and then coming back again, that transformation is very difficult. But yeah, I mean, it's their decision.
Fair enough. You because हम also अक्सर बात करते हैं, and it's one of Sudeva's goals to develop players for various national teams and with a view to eventually getting to that hallowed World Cup. So is Ishan, in your opinion, one of the young players who might feature in the future in the national team?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he has the potential to be in the national team. And I think he's 22, 23. So, and in a way, he's grown in the last 8 years, in Spain. Plus, he's performing now. He's scoring goals in third division. I mean, what more do you want from him? Yeah. So I think, when such players are doing well, the national team should call him for a camp. And when he wants to come back to India, it's the perfect time for the national team to at least see him.
Fair enough. Rakesh Krishnan is asking, Vijay, maybe you want to jump in and take this. Are you guys scheduling any pre-season friendlies? Of course, you're right now in the middle of trials, so you're still putting your squad together. So not immediately, but are you scheduling any friendlies ahead of the season?
Do you want to take this one?
Well, Vijay, I think having friendlies was always in the card, but because of COVID, it is the risk to reward is very high. So, if the situation doesn't get better, I don't think so we will have any teams coming from outside playing friendlies against us at the residential. So that would be a problem, I think, per se, in everywhere in the country. And we'll have to, work it out accordingly. But yeah, I don't think so we'll have pre-season against teams coming from outside because we cannot take that risk. But yes, when we go to Calcutta, we will still have time. And during that time, if AIFF will permit to have friendlies against teams who are also in the bubble,
yes,
then yes. But otherwise, having friendlies against teams from outside, it's not in the cards.
Okay.
Well, one more thing, Annie. I think, one more thing I wanted to just add in terms of the, the selection for players coming for the trial. So I think that was also a very big, that is also quite difficult. There's so many agents, so many players asking me, asking Vijay, asking even our manager Dinesh, asking the coach, who to call, who not to call. It is, that becomes a very, very difficult task. So I would like to mention a couple of names who have helped us to make that slightly easier in terms of their research and putting it to us.
So yeah, for instance, definitely scouting and everything.
For instance, for instance, like Kundu. Kundu, he's also an assistant coach to our first team, but also he has also helped us in terms of getting CVs of players who we want to look at. So it's like, the first round of taking out those players who are not good enough is also very important. Otherwise, there are like hundreds of CVs coming in, and even, there have been some agents who I think now understand us.
Right. So they know what you're looking for. Yeah. Kundu, of course, Pushpinder Kundu, who is a legend in Delhi football. He's, I think, 17 or 18 times he has represented Delhi at the Santosh Trophy, which is the senior national football championship, and captained the side and all that. So it's great to see like so many local parts coming together, man, and such a strong representation of Delhi and Delhi football in what is a Delhi-based club. That's definitely a massive positive, I think, for all of us who've been involved with the sport in Delhi for forever. There are also questions. I don't know if you really want to get into specifics again right now, because I want to tell everyone who's watching, and Sajad Hingora, who has joined us, is asking, when will the squad be announced? So I think the next episode of Sudeva Talks, episode 3, will be the big squad announcement, where I think some of the senior players, those with experience, will be announced. Am I right?
Yes. I mean, Vijay and I, we will call not all the squad, because that won't be right on our part, right? But yes, some of the signing we will definitely be calling in the next episode. Yeah.
Badhiya. So that's something to definitely look forward to. Yeah. Then all these questions about whether there's any player from Assam or any player from Maharashtra or other parts of the country, all those questions will be answered. There's a question that's come in about payment. And again, I don't know if you want to discuss club finances or not, but Akash Bisht is asking, what is the average payment for I-League players that you're looking at, and what do players expect? What can players expect to earn? Of course, much of this is dependent on how experienced they are, right? And what kind of, whether they play. There are several players, I think, who will come in who have played in the I-League before and things like that. So
I mean, I can just say that we get 2 to 3 kind of players. One is the young players who have never played in I-League, but they have played at a second division level, so they want to be promoted to I-League. So they don't charge, they don't ask much money.
Right.
Compared, there are players who were playing in ISL. They are still in the ISL team, but they're not getting minutes. So they want to come down to I-League so that they can get minutes, and then again they can be in demand at an ISL level. So they also come at a definitely much lesser salary compared to what they're getting in ISL. So that is something has been at least my experience. Earlier, I was thinking that getting ISL players would be very difficult because they'll be too expensive. But I think maybe they slowly they have also realized that playing matches is more important to be in demand rather than being on the bench or outside. So that is something also I think we see. Plus, I mean, it's difficult for me to say the salary package, but definitely it is. I mean, it is the first year, so I don't know whether we are paying the right salary or less or more. I mean, nobody tells us what is the salary of any other clubs.
Yeah.
So, but our experience has been that no matter what we are paying, it will never be lesser. No matter what people say, but I always see that it is similar. वो रहता सेम ही है, मतलब इधर-उधर कर करके.
More or less. ठीक है. विजय यार, jump in man. काफी टाइम से चुपचाप बैठा है, थोड़ा
ऑब्जर्व कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ होता है ना. आई थिंक जब इतना अनुज जैसे इतना कैप्टिवेटिंग कोई स्पीकर हो तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है फिर उसको इंटरप्ट करना. But tell me about this, since we're talking about salary packages and I-League players and all that. Since you've dealt with so many young players particularly, what sort of advice would you give them in terms of course, no doubt, players are in it to earn a livelihood, and it's very important, and many of them have families to look after, and families who have devoted substantial resources and time to their growth as football players. So they are, of course, looking at something coming back to them from all of that. So money is no doubt important, but at this stage, what would you kind of say to young footballers looking to make an entry into this top level of football in the country?
See, I firmly believe that firstly, as a footballer, if you want to be a footballer, I'm talking as a completely lay person, that how it should be, right? If you want to be a footballer in India, firstly, it's very important that you belong to a system. That's the first thing that you need to do. You need to be a part of something, and then you'll be able to grow in a disciplined manner, And as you grow up, you should be going through whatever hardships footballers basically have to go through. Be it a problem with studies, like parents blame them for studies. A lot of things are there. Now, when that pressure goes through, they need to understand that once they're part of the system, they need to complete their studies. They need to do all those things which are required, on the side. That's very, very important. Football would be main focus, but we make sure that these guys are focusing in the right direction. So I always tell them that even because as soon as they turn 17, 18, there are offers, there are people talking to them, there are things happening. But I always advise them that, firstly, just stick to the system. And as you go into a senior team, again, stick to the system of your initial year, complete your graduation at least, till the time you complete your college, at least do that and still stay with the system and develop. And then, of course, then you have the mental capability and the physical capability to actually handle things further. So that's how I keep them grounded, that this is the benchmark that you have to have.
Good stuff. Okay. Let's take a couple more questions, guys, and then I think we will be reaching our 40-minute cutoff mark for this particular conversation. Ayush Rayal is asking, he's a big fan. That's great, man. I think please spread the word, and Delhi football needs more and more big fans. He's asking about the assistant coach at Sudeva presently, and how, maybe the wider question is, of course, you have a head coach, so this is not something that you want to get into. But the wider question could be about how you're looking at coaches developing, and what sort of emphasis is there on, your various coaching staff doing more and more licenses and growing in their own professional capacities. Vijay, you want to go take this, or Anuj, whoever you guys can.
Okay,
Vijay can take.
Right. See, we've gone through the years of experience of understanding, Indian football and the way it's been happening. I always used to believe that nobody is right if everybody is wrong. That's the way I used to look at it. And one day we kind of, we thought that, okay, let's put our, our idea to it and believe in what we think and then go forward. So we always made sure that we get coaches, the senior coaches who are very experienced and hands down very good with the players. That's very important. As I said in the last episode, that the exchange of information is very important.
Right.
This time we are very lucky, especially in terms of the pandemic, that we had people with us who we actually completely, I would say, gelled with, and the senior coaches are there, and we have the assistant coaches, and we always encourage the senior ones to train the junior ones, and the junior ones to completing their licenses, as those things go further. And of course, we do try to fund their education also, so that the same thing is used. Obviously, experience is being used.
Good stuff. Yeah. And of course, having all of this and having a residential facility with so many players coming in and all, they also have tremendous hands-on experience of doing the job. It's not just a theoretical education. So it's great to also see that you guys are keen on or concentrating on that part of the job. Ritvik Mehta is asking, has Keane Lewis signed? We announced, actually, these guys talked about this in the last episode. He has, in fact, already signed. Who else? Gahuto Yeputhopumi from Nagaland says love from Nagaland, and we have big expectations, guys, so no pressure.
Yeah. I mean, our expectations is, to be honest, Vijay and mine, I don't know, Vijay. I like to ask this question to Vijay. That, यार कभी हमने कुछ expect कर रहे हैं हम दोनों से?
नहीं, मतलब obviously I think हम लोग यार पता है जब आई लीग भी अनाउंस हुआ, जब हो गया था, तो यार ठीक है, मतलब आई लीग अनाउंस हो गया सब कुछ, इट्स अ ग्रेट फीलिंग, बट हम दोनों का आई थिंक रिएक्शन वाज लाइक कि ओके नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट, व्हाट्स द नेक्स्ट थिंग. आई थिंक दैट वाज आवर रिएक्शन मेनली ना, कि हाँ चलो हो गया, अब क्या करना है.
हाँ, तो मतलब वो ना, हाँ मतलब हमारा रिएक्शन ना ये नहीं होता कि यार मतलब उस पे बैठ के ना मतलब हम एंजॉय भी नहीं करते हैं. हम तो कहते हैं कि यार आगे क्या करना है,
आगे क्या करना है. Now it's there.
तो यार हमें फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता कि मतलब हम जीते हारे हैं, क्योंकि हमको लगता है कि हम जीत ही रहे हैं, हर हार में भी जीत है हमारी, राइट. सच में बोलूं तो सो क्योंकि ना किसी को अगर जीत देखनी है ना, वो एक बार सुदेवा आ जाए अंदर, उसको जीत दिख जाएगी.
फेयर इनफ. गुप्ता जी, इस फिलोसॉफिकल नोट पे आई थिंक हम इस एपिसोड को वाइंड अप करते हैं. थैंक यू गाइज बोथ फॉर, ऑफ कोर्स, starting this effort to keep engaging with your community, with the Delhi football community, with the Indian football community, and giving us, I think, regular updates on what's happening inside this club. We are, of course, tremendously excited to have I-League football back in Delhi. Of course, अभी तो इस बार तो खैर bubble में होगा, but even then to have Delhi football being represented at that level, it's a great step. और सही बात है बिल्कुल जो आप कह रहे हैं कि इसी में एक जीत है, सबके लिए ये एक काइंड ऑफ उदाहरण के तौर पे है दैट दिल्ली शायद बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है और यहाँ पे लोगों के पास बहुत सारी चीजें हैं करने के लिए, तो थोड़ा अटेंशन डाइवर्ट हो जाता है और फुटबॉल माइट नॉट बी टॉप प्रायोरिटी, बट इट्स स्टिल पॉसिबल. और काफी कम समय में 6-7 साल में you guys have put in the effort and the time and of course the investment in terms of money and everything, sweat, to get Delhi club up to that level. So more power to you. For the people that are watching, thank you for joining us, guys.
Annie, sorry. One more thing. For the next episode, there is a वो next episode में तो नहीं आएगा, but उससे पहले he will unveil Sudeva's new logo, which has been curated and created by Vijay. You know, so guys, just wait and watch. Wait and watch the guy who launch it. नहीं यार, I'm really excited to see the logo because मेरा विजय पे ना creativity में तो मतलब he is the best. मतलब कुछ और ही level पे करता है ये.
ठीक है guys, get a room while you're at it. But it's been fun. It's been fun chatting. Vijay, look forward to seeing your creative side, man, on the show next week. Tune in then, guys. Next Saturday, 8 p.m. we'll be back again. My man Arjun Pandit will be hosting that little conversation. Vijay and Anuj will be there. See you then. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.